mean, because it's gonna differ from person to person. But whatever y'all need, find it. Like, you're not gonna get this time back, and if you're constantly giving your time to other people, when are you gonna have time for yourself? Once you get to the end of your lifespan, there is an end. To have a beginning, you have to have an end. We ain't just immortals out here living forever. So if you don't take your time back or don't have time for yourself, figure out a way to get that time back. Because once you get to the finish line, once you get close to that finish line, you're gonna have so much regrets. You're gonna look back on your life and you're just like, oh, what have I been doing? Nothing. Literally nothing. You've been standing still while the race has been going on, and now that
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build a game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we're back in the lab once again at 4:30 a.m. But before we get started, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all, and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. How are we doing, Mac?
Right now, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a little exhausted. It's been a little bit of a long week. I'll get to that in a second. But before I get into that question, we'll get into what we were going to talk about. I want to ask this question, like the intro. First of all, the intro for the podcast, fire. Like, love how we start that off every week. I want to ask the question: why is it that every single week we when you do the intro, do we announce the time that we're starting? I want you to explain that for a second.
Well, I do. I like to, just give people a time, like, uh, and it's no real definite like reason for it, but like we're doing this early in the morning each and every day. Sometimes it's later on in the day. We're not perfect. Like it's never a defined set time, but we find time to do this. Like
There it
the
is.
time
There it
don't
is. Right.
matter.
There it is. There it is. In
So
our busy days, no matter what we got going on, both of us got families. Both of us got jobs. Mark got 2 jobs. I don't know how that works, but I'm in school, college student. Like, bro, we no matter what's going on, we finding the time to make this happen,
Facts.
and we doing it for free and doing it for y'all. No matter what's going on, we find the time to make this happen. We don't make excuses. So, with that being said, Mark asked me how my week going. I'm gonna go ahead and finish that answer that question. It's been a few ups and downs as far as like just mentally dealing with things that's going on around me. So like I just been in and out of doctor's appointments, hospital visits, and all those things, and dealing with family stuff. But like I said, I'm gonna get into that in a second, man. What's been going on with you?
Not much. It seems only yesterday when I started, for real. But online training is about to be done with the new job. So we about to get into that field work. Um, really, man, for I ain't got no complaints. Like usually, I mean, I don't really complain in general, but like things are actually on like a good note. Like things are leveling out. Had a rough month. Yes, last month. Grandma had passed or whatever. But like since this month has started, I was like, yo, I told Court, hey, we need to do things differently. Like this is this not where we need to be at right now. And like actually putting in the time and getting all that crap straight feel good. Like I'm happy to get on the podcast. I'm always happy to get on the podcast, but I'm like, I'm energized right now. I'm like, I'm ready to go. Like,
Bad
come
dad.
on.
Bad dad.
It's just something about having consistent wins. Just I don't know what it is. Just it puts you in a better mood. And like people ain't out here doing that. Like we surrounded by people that are just like they come up to you constant negativity. Just my day been so bad, but why? Like you here, you working, you got something outside of it that you ain't really putting too much energy in, but like it's there and ready to go. Like whenever you ready to get your shit together, it's there. Like you could do that, but people ain't on that, man. I don't know what it is.
Car in the driveway, gassed up, and you just got to get in and put your foot in the gas, and you just standing outside looking at it, and you late for your destination.
Big fact. I'm like,
so,
let's get it.
So in response to what Mark just said, like you out here, like he out here getting wins. Like that's what my man just said. He getting wins, and that's what the ultimate goal is. Me personally, I always look for reasons to find people to give. I always find reasons to for people to congratulate me. Like that's one of my main goals in life. Always continuously do things that people can honor you and honor your skill. That way you always stay mentally on top of your game. And one of the issues that I've been having is that we've been around people who are antithesis of that particular goal. And it gets rough, especially when it's your family, right?
Oh,
you got a spouse at home that don't necessarily give you the resources you need to make what you're doing happen. Like you got to do something, and maybe your spouse is being like negative towards it, or they don't necessarily like when you do certain things, or they are holding you back from doing it, or not giving you the amount of time, or they're not holding up their end of the bargain every time you got something going on. They magically got a problem that you got to stop everything you doing to jump into that. Or you got a family member that for whatever reason they ringing the bell for you every single time they know you doing something, like, or somebody who wants attention. I don't know. It's a lot of factors there. Like family, when it comes to family, Discord just beat. What just happened there? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay, it made that little blinking sound. Like I didn't know what that was, but yeah. There's a lot of factors in the whole family thing, man. And one of the problems that I'm having, I just got a question, dog. I really do. Like, how is it that, and maybe this is just a mentality thing, but this is just what I noticed in the past, 30 some years of my life. It just kind of seemed like people over the age of 40, they just feel like every bit of time that they have is more important than any better time that you have. And I just don't get that, bro. I'm just really trying to figure that part out. And I don't know, man. Like, I let me break it down. So, my mom been sick, and I'm pissed. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you, dog. Like, I'm pissed. My mom been sick for the last week, like 6 days, like about 6 or 7 days now. And for whatever reason, she keep catching pneumonia. We knew what it was before we made any moves on this. But I was telling her, like, look, you gotta go to patient first, urgent care, emergency room. I don't care where you go. You can't sit at home. Like, this ain't healthy. You ain't doing no good for nobody. You ain't doing no good for yourself. Like, yo, you got to go. And She's like, nah, I ain't going. All right, cool. Whatever. That's your life. All right, cool. Day 2. Nah, I ain't going. All right. Mm-hmm. Day 3. Nah, I ain't going. Okay. All right. Bet. You want to ride it out. I got you. Maybe it'll clear itself up. Maybe you know something I don't know. You know your body, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. So we reached day 5. We reached day 5, and I'm getting angry text messages from other family members telling me that I need to take her to the hospital immediately because she don't look good. And I'm just like, I've been telling her that she got to go for the last almost a week now. Like, what is this? So I get and I get pissed, and I was talking to folks, and they was like, "Yo, why are you so upset about this?" I'm like, "Yo, because I got shit to do today."
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden, I got to stop everything I'm doing. I got to drop everything I got going on, rearrange my whole schedule because now all of a sudden they pissed because they want me to take her to the hospital. And I'm like, and the first thing that popped up in my mind, like, yeah, y'all can't take her.
Oh man. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Like y'all seeing it. Like why is it put on me? But I
Bro, she got a
think
whole
that's a
boyfriend and everything. Where is it? I was like, where does this dude at?
so yeah, that changed. That it slightly changes my statement. I was gonna say like I don't know what it is, but like for some reason, I don't know if it's just our culture or maybe it's just our environment. But like when a family member is sick, especially if it's like a parent or something, it's always the kids that's in charge of like taking care of them or something like that, or making sure they're all right. Um, but yeah, if they got somebody living with them, that ain't on you.
No,
That
he don't live with her,
li-
but
oh, but
the yeah,
he come
that's a
around.
yeah. He come around when things are obviously convenient. They ain't convenient when she's sick. Like I don't know,
Gotcha, gotcha.
but that's the way I'm looking at it. Because Alyssa asked me, she was like, "Where is he at?" And I was like,
Exactly.
"I don't know."
Oh,
But that's a good goddamn question.
mhm. Like even so, like neighbors, friends,
Oh, she ain't got no
like
neighbors.
ain't gonna okay. Uh, but yeah, like how is that? That should be in no form or shape like I ain't gonna say your problem. I mean, apparently it's family, but like that can't be all put on you. And plus, you've tried. Like I was like, hey, mom, go to the hospital. Like you don't look so well, go to the hospital. But old people have that thing where they really don't like going to the hospital for some reason.
And I understand that, and that it makes perfect sense. But like at a certain point, you become an inconvenience to everybody around you. And it's like, do you not realize that? Like, are you like, do you get to a certain age and that part of your brain that registers the fact that you are an inconvenience to everybody, does it just turn off? Like when we turn 60, are we just gonna just immediately think that everybody's supposed to cater to us because we sick? Like, is that how that works? I don't get it. Like, that's the reason why I'm asking. Because, like, bro, I'm just like, yo, you, I had all the time in the world to
Mm-hmm.
do this, and it's inevitable. You old. Like every time this happens, you go to the hospital. This will literally be the third time this year she came down with this illness, and I'm like, every single time it starts off the same way, and you wait until you wait till the point of no return, till everybody's worried about you. You look like you dead to go to the hospital. Do you not understand that this is an inconvenience?
Mm. All right, so old people. Old people. It's not all old people, but like the ones that don't really care, because like at that point you you just literally just like I'd rather you cuss me out at that point. Like just don't even waste my time, because and the time that I did have to spare to help, you didn't want it. But now that
Hmm.
I'm like I
Yeah,
should be closed off in the zone, like you just pop out the blue.
yeah,
Like we should have been nipped this in the bud. Like
yeah.
if we get ahead of this thing, which a lot of people don't like to do, like it'll be so much simple. Like take a few antibiotics or whatever medicine, whatever thing we have to do to kill it now while it's small. Boom, let's do that. But people like to wait till the problem is bigger than what
The bigger than the elephant.
bigger than the elephant. And now we got to go all around the world. We got to go to different doctors. We got to
Hmm.
go get
Yep.
a second consult or whatever. You done literally made this small hill into a mountain. And now
Hmm.
we gotta break down this mountain and make it small again so we can actually deal with. And then
Hmm.
ain't no telling like what hurt you're putting on on your body. Like you could have squeezed a little extra time out of this. You done it, it done
And
made the
then,
sickness a lot worse. It's been festering
yeah.
inside you.
And my problem with the whole ordeal is that, like, you said we gotta make the mountain small again so we can get through the problem. And my problem with the whole situation is that once we start focusing on your thing, I ain't got no time to focus on mine.
Hmm. And it's not
Meanwhile, I
like you're
got
gonna get that time back at that.
right. And meanwhile, I got a pregnant wife with a broke arm that I'm tending to as well. So when do I have time to delegate like that? Like
Fact.
I ain't got employees. Cause you know what ain't gonna happen. What ain't gonna happen is my wife ain't gonna be the one to sit around and wait for me to delegate myself to your life to leave her on the back burner. Like that ain't gonna happen.
Hmm.
She doesn't expect it to happen, nor am I about to do it. Like it
Fact.
just ain't. And she was pissed too. And for the same reason. And I didn't want to say it when it happened, but she
Hmm.
asked the question was like, we this was the option 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
Hmm.
What happened? And I was like, don't even go there. Like, don't even go there. We ain't gotta talk about that. Like, could you? If I go there right now, I'm gonna be pissed, and I ain't really got that. I ain't really there yet. I ain't really there yet. Let me vent about it a little bit, and I got you. We but nah, it's not even just that situation alone. But it's a lot of other things. Like you come and I think this is just a elderly thing in general, man. Like they just don't seem to care about young people's time. Like and it turns us into assholes because it's like, yo, I got stuff to do too.
Hmm.
Like I get that you already at yours. Like I get that. Like you've been here for a while, but that don't give you the right to disrespect me.
Yeah.
And maybe it just happens to everybody, and I'm just the one that notices it a lot. Like it's just little small stuff, bro. Like old people don't hold the door open for you. Like it's just little small stuff, bro. Like like you say thank you to them, they don't even say thank you back. Like just small stuff, bro. Like it just like shit that you see on a day-to-day basis. Like folks be about to run you over. Like you be in Walmart and like it'd be like an old person coming through and
Hmm.
they make eye contact with you while they barreling through. Like you about to jump, like you about to walk across, going into the parking lot, and they come through just like barrel through, making eye contact with you the whole time while they on their steering wheel like this, bro. It's small stuff like that, man. Like they just don't care about nobody else's time. They will stand in front of you the whole like, and I get you hurt, you in pain. I understand. But they'll be all up in the way, blocking every damn aisle in the stores or whatnot. Like they see you come through, they don't even make an effort to move to the side or or say, excuse me for a second, I'm a little slower. I would ask like, yo, you need some help with something, like anything, like. But I went and it was the dude. Alyssa said she wanted some hash browns one day, and went to Walmart. There was a dude just standing in front of the joint, and he made eye contact with me, and did not even bother to move, bro. Didn't even bother to move. Like, just looked up, shaking, looked back down. I don't know what he was doing. He was just like looking in his basket, and I'm just looking around. I was like, excuse me? It's like, I ain't trying to make you feel uncomfortable, but I gotta get to the potatoes over there. And he proceeded to look down at his basket, looked up at me again, didn't say nothing. I was like, all right, cool. I guess this is what kind of day I'm gonna have.
All right.
Just little shit, man. Little shit.
I understand. It's not all old people. I'm gonna have to say, like, it depends on the person. Like, there's a lot of people out here that believe like their time is the only time. Like, everybody else's time is either irrelevant or just non-existent to their little world. And people be on this kind of heavy, like, just they have no respect for, you know, other people's things, their lives, their anything. Like, it's just no respect there to give for these people, right? And what that also looks like is like, like you said, like a loved one not giving you that time. Like, you sit there with them, you listen to them vent, you go above and beyond to do these things for them, and they don't have that same respect for you or for your
Mm-hmm.
craft or for your work that you're doing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I've had a couple of relationships where, like, I'm working, I'm trying to get on to come up. I don't even have, like, gas money to come see you, but it's a problem
Mm-hmm.
because I'm trying to better myself and you ain't really going nowhere. So you feel some type of way. Like, you stuck at home, I'm at work. So you feel some type of way. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. It's like, you should have the same respect that I've given to you, but it just it don't work like that. Like people,
Mm-hmm.
some people ain't on that. Some people ain't on that. I'm gonna give the same respect you're giving. People are just on that. I'm gonna just take. I feel some type of way or some type of wrong was done to me, so I'm gonna just take. I deserve it anyway. So it is what it is. Like, young,
Maybe
old, don't even matter.
maybe it's just a matter of like people not respecting time in general,
Mm.
and like just it kind of compounds over the years. Like, as you grow older, it kind of compounds, and then that's how you end up like the dude standing in front of the potatoes, making eye contact with you and not moving. Like, maybe it's like that. Dude, they had trouble walking. By the way, I'm just go ahead and put that
Oh,
out
come
there.
on.
Like, yeah,
Oh,
no,
man.
he didn't have trouble walking. He was just old. He was just
That
old.
he might also be one of those people that don't even respect their own time. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
you
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't respect time in general. Like, you
yeah.
just thought you had all the time in the world as a kid or as a young adult, and you just grew into somebody who resented the fact that you ain't got no time left, or you perceived that not have any time left. Because I don't believe that. Like, I believe a person is dead when they accept the fact that they don't have time left, and I don't necessarily believe it's a death sentence until you make it a death sentence in your mind first. Um, like we need to go into there because like there's been a ton of people who managed to stay alive for the things that they wanted to see, and then they
Ooh.
kind of kicked the bucket after. But we ain't got to go there. Um, in this aspect of respecting time, I got asked a question recently, and it pissed me off. There's a theme here to this
Mm-hmm.
episode. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there, and I want y'all to pay attention to it. There's a theme here. Mac is pissed off about time. Like, there's a theme here. So one of my counterparts at work, she asked, she said, it was just random. I don't even know what was going on with her. But she asked me, she said, have you ever just sat back and thought about how much time you have until you retire? And I'm just like, all the time.
Oh,
But
that's yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
and I was like, but here's the difference though. Like you, I'm not thinking about how much time I have to retire from here because I know that ain't gonna happen. What I'm thinking about is how much time am I going to make? How much time am I going to allow to pass before I can retire from here? Because
There it is.
retirement for me and retirement for you look a lot different.
There it is. Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, I know that society's version of retiring is just quitting your job for the last time. Like quitting your job for the last time. I was like, I ain't necessarily going for that. What I'm going for is I'm retiring from corporate America, and I can sustain myself financially.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense." And the conversation got a little deeper, and I started talking about how I told her how Alyssa wanted me to quit the job or whatever, and I was just like, "Yo, I wanted to do that, but I'm just afraid." Like I was telling her about all the business moves that we had going on and whatnot, everything that I was just like kind of laying it all out there,
Mm-hmm.
and when I said that Alyssa wanted me to quit my job at one point, and she was like, I bet she don't feel like that now that she had the baby. I was like, I disagree. She does. Like she really believes that I'm more valuable at home in front of my computer than here working moving boxes. Like she really like that's literally her mentality about it. But the fact of the matter is that I am too at a point where I'm too afraid to sacrifice what's going on right now or what we have right now to actually do that. And I said that's one of the biggest problems about us as a people because we continuously put ourselves in situations where we are afraid to sacrifice the right now to get a better future. And she was like, "Wow, I wasn't expecting this whole conversation." So, you know, because of who I was talking to, everybody and their mom, they decided that they wanted to come had a conversation with us. So they all jumped in, and it became a joke to everybody. And when it became a joke to everybody, I cut the conversation short. I was like, "All right, hold the fuck up. Are we really joking about this? Like we really in here wasting our lives?" I was like, "You got a skill, you got a skill, you got a skill. We really in here gonna waste our lives and gonna pretend like this ain't happening." I was like, "Yo," because the typical pole band conversation where they said, we could do this, but we got this going on. I can't do this. I can't find a blase splee or whatever the case is. Like the typical shit. And I was like, yo, y'all really about to sit up here and act like those things are more important than your success. Y'all really about to do that. Like we really sitting here talking about $2,000 a month.
Yep.
Meanwhile, there's people out here who will look at your paycheck and kill themselves because there ain't enough money. And here go Bishop with the jokes again. Like, well, no, I don't really know anybody who trying to commit suicide. Cause I was like, yo, how many people do you know who will be ready to shoot themselves in the head if they made the money that you were making? I don't really know anybody who want to commit suicide. I was like, bro, I ain't asked you that. I was like, I ain't trying to joke right now, dog. I'm like, this is real. This is real life. This is our lives that we talking about. You got 2 kids. What are you doing to set yourself up for your future, dog? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, why are we joking about this? Why is this a joking matter? Like, we have time that we're wasting right now. And I need y'all to understand that we are wasting our time for $2,000 a month, bro. Why are we joking about this? What's funny?
nothing at all. And I want to go back to kind of clarify what you first said. Like
Mhm.
retirement looks way different for people in the upper class. Like retirement isn't,
Fuck yeah.
oh, I'm gonna work at this job for whatever. Retirement for upper class is like, yo, I ain't gotta work a day in my life no more. Like
Yeah.
I got systems in place. I got companies, jobs in place that make me money. I could
Hmm.
literally just sit at home all day and make money. Like
Hmm.
I could go have a vacation with my family, spend buku amount of money, and then the next day I just made twice as much as I just spent.
Oh, you know what? I just had a way to making this look plain to people. All right, so we all know the story of Jeff Bezos, how he started Amazon in the garage and all that other good stuff. Um, in reference to the retirement thing, I'm gonna put it to you like this: Jeff Bezos was retired from corporate America when he started Amazon. As hard as he had it, as hard as he had it to start Amazon, he was retired from corporate America when he started Amazon. He retired from his previous job to start Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Because because folks think that retirement is just the end of your job, the end of your terms of service. But like you ain't got you like your version of retirement when you say I'm gonna work a job for 20, 30 years, like you ain't got the vitality no more.
Mhm.
You ain't got the bone structure no more. You ain't got the youthfulness no more. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, you gonna wait until all of your energy is done? I was thinking about it, like, yo, how is it that a wrestler can get in the ring, get body slammed, destroyed, absolutely destroyed every single week, bones, joints, face, skin, all type of stuff, concussion, all type of stuff, right? But yet, for whatever reason, they still seem to be in better shape than somebody that work a job. And I'm
Facts.
like, yo, because despite how much they getting beat up, they only work one night a week. Well, maybe sometimes two if you work for WWE, but still, they work one night a week. They got time to recover.
Facts.
You working every single day.
Consistently, back to back. Oh, and only get what? What? Let's see. About.
I mean, a whole fraction of what they get paid. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
talking about that. A low tier WWE performer makes 150,000 a year. Low tier. I'm talking when I say low tier, I'm talking about you don't even know these motherfuckers' names. They show up just to make somebody else look good.
It's crazy. And that don't make people mad, which is crazy, right? You you doing all this money. You putting all this time into a job. You, like you said, tearing up your body consistently, consecutively, losing sleep. You probably only getting about a total of maybe 10 hours of sleep.
Don't come for me.
I ain't. I'm coming for myself. Uh, and this is in the span of the week. So like, and there's people out here that work one day out of the week, maybe one day out of the month, like actual a whole 40 hours in a month, like 40 hours and whatever,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they making what you making a year.
And their work don't look nothing like yours.
Nothing.
Their work is pick up a phone, talk to somebody who working for them.
Facts. Or typing up a plan on just typing up a sentence. Like I need this done, send it, and then it just trickles down, and then people get that done.
Mm-hmm.
Like I need this building at this location. I want to buy this building at this location. Send it out. That building get bought. People get hired for that building. That building's up by the end of the month. I mean that's exaggeration, but
I
That's
mean, not
how it
really.
works.
I mean, I can't imagine what it looks like when big companies expand into certain areas because, like, you open up new facilities and locations, and the owners never go there. So, like, I don't really know. I don't really know if it's exaggeration or not. Like, I feel like it's a real thing. Like, I don't know how they come up with the plan of where they're gonna go.
Right.
I mean, maybe it's just a geolocation thing where it's like, okay, we need to, in order to break down the infrastructure in this area, maybe we need to go somewhere in this general vicinity or something like that. So to go find a building in that location or a plot of land in that location, and let's go ahead and build up. But yeah, I don't really know if that's exaggeration. I feel like that's a real thing. Like somebody just shoot an email and just be like, all right, this is the plan. Go ahead and execute.
Right.
Like I did my part. I fronted the money. I did my part. Like, what you gonna do? I own the company. Oh, what that mean? I gave you the job. I'm paying you. Okay. Yeah. All right. You got it, boss. I'm gonna go do
Right.
it. Like,
Let's make it happen.
yeah. One of the things that I was trying to explain to this group of people is that they I don't even know where I was going with that. My bad.
Like,
I
all right.
lost my thought. Go ahead.
So another question on top of the whole retirement thing, like when talking to these people, like, does it not resonate with them? Like, at least, you know, I guess fake it till you make it. But like, what is up with these people that they can sit here, get lectured to, and nothing tingles, nothing sparks, nothing.
Nothing.
They don't have that aha moment. Like,
Nothing.
you say something and it's just something clicks and it's like, I could do that too. It's just you say it and they're
Nothing.
just like, oh, well, we'll never be able to get to that. We'll never.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't ever. What? Where did this?
Like, how
Where
did
did
you
this
get here,
come
bro?
from?
How did you get here? And why are you staying here? Like,
Like
somebody told you that, and you can easily move past that. Why are we still here? Why are we still talking like that? You grown, bro.
my thing is, at least try something before you leave this earth. Like, if you don't do anything, just try. At least try. Get your feet wet a little bit. Some of y'all have already tried, and you just dropped it. Like, you can't find the time to do it, but like, just stay up a couple nights to do it. Like, just after work, go ham. Sacrifice some sleep, sacrifice whatever you need to
They ain't gotta
sacrifice.
stay up. They ain't gotta stay up. They just gotta stop sleeping in.
Oh,
You gotta stop sleeping 12 hours a night.
fact,
I
fact,
give you a list of names of people who do that. You gotta stop sleeping 12 hours a night, bro.
big facts. 12 hours a night.
Yeah, bro. There's people out
Look, man.
here doing that, bro. Like, hey, they talk
Man,
about, yo, I'm not a morning person. This what time you go to bed? I go to bed late. You going to bed late, waking up late. Like, what are you doing?
not even that. There's some people that go to bed early, still
Yeah,
wake up
yeah,
late.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go to bed
I
early, and they gotta set 16 alarm clocks in the morning in order to wake up. And I'm like, bro, what?
like for if you're a person that make it to bed by 7 or 8, there should be no complaints coming out of your mouth about anything. As a
No
person
complaint.
we work with that be going to bed, like he say he in the bed no later than 8. Earliest he be trying to get to bed is 7. And I'm like, what is your problem right now? And then complain to be tired. And I'm like, ain't no way.
I know.
I'm well rested off for like 4 hours. 4 good hours. I'm good to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
You talking about you done slept from 8 or 7 to about, I give you 5.
6.
6? 6. All
Yeah, I
right,
give them
6.
6. So 11 hours. 7 hours, 7 to 6, 11 hours.
And you tired? You coming here tired? Complaining about work? You should be running laps around everybody here. You should be able to handle at least half the load of this department. And you talking about you tired. But even say he is tired, let's give him benefit of doubt. He is tired. What are you doing outside of the job to get out of this?
Where your receipts? Where your receipts? What you tired from? What you buy? What seeds have you
Americans love to
sown?
do. Americans love to buy these things. Heavy artillery. Be like, oh, I'm just going to look. Come back with 2 more to add to the collection. But you could have invested that money into, your craft, or, I understand if you want to be a collector. Cool. There's some millionaires out there that like to collect things.
Yeah, but they won't collect them when they were broke.
That's true. That is true.
Jay Leno got a whole garage full of cars, 148 vehicles. Jay Leno ain't have but one car when he was broke.
I give you that.
Steve Harvey got plenty suits. Steve Harvey had plenty suits right now. I mean, a whole walk-in closet full of suits right now. But Steve Harvey, I just heard Steve Harvey yesterday on Oprah's Masterclass say that he had one suit and he washed up in hotel bathrooms, in the stall of a hotel bathroom, with one suit that he was freshening up every single night when he was broke, living in his car. He got plenty of suits now. He's a collector of suits. He loves suits. That man said he loves some suits, bruh. Yeah. Collector suits, cheap suits, Walmart suits, like Armani suits. Like, he loves some suits now, and he got plenty of them. But he ain't have none. But he had number one suit when he was broke.
And that's another thing, right? About, and it also ties into like respecting your time. Like, you have to know, and I don't. You're on a journey, right? You just starting your journey, so it's gonna be hard. So, like I said, you gotta sacrifice some things. Why are we trying to be on our journey? People know that we're on our journey. We're just starting. Why are we trying to look good doing it? Why are we trying to look like we already at our destination while we're in the journey?
Mm, mm. Oh man, you know what I just thought about with that in that question? Like, I don't know why people do that shit, but in like, to add some complexity to that question though, if we are trying to pretend like we've already made it to our destination when we literally should be on the journey, doesn't that blur the line between the destination and the destination and journey? Like, you on the journey, you just stopped at the pit stop, and instead of making it to the rest of the way, you just stopped at the pit stop, made the pit stop your house. Now you living in the bathroom of the pit stop of your journey, trying to front like you live there, like it's the pit stop only there to show you that you these are the possibilities. You just fronted like in that joint front like it's yours.
Yeah, yeah. That's like, you on your way. You trying to go cross country. You stop in the middle or whatever, and you taking pictures of wherever you stopped at, trying to front like you live there, like you out here like that. You just traveling the world at the drop of the dime, but like the only reason you got to travel was because of business or because of that extra
Oh,
overtime that you put in. And as soon as you get to where you're going, you got to come right back. And then now that you did that, you did all that fronting, everybody gonna look at you like, why you ain't succeed? Why are you back if you were succeeding? If
They
you
ran
were
out of time. Gotta get back to work. You ran out of time.
yes, ran out of time. Now you gotta scurry your butt all the way back to the job and be up in there with the same people.
Yeah,
Like
bro.
you got a taste of that outside life, but apparently it won't good enough for you to. I could do this. I could live here. It ain't give you that oomph that you
Yeah,
needed,
bro.
and you back in the bucket.
And I hate it. Like I really do. Like I dislike every bit of it, dog. Like to be on vacation and to say something like, yo, this is the last day of vacation. I gotta rush back to work now. Like I gotta stop this and I gotta go back to work. Like even till this day, bro. I think about the last day in Mexico. I replay Mexico over in my mind over and over and over again. And the fact of the matter is that somebody will look at the fact that I went to Mexico as something of great stature, and they'll just and they will make it seem like I wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. So it's okay that I can't get back there whenever I want to. Like think about the mentality, bro. Like we around people who are so low on the totem pole that if you had contact with a celebrity, or you don't even have to be a celebrity. Like you could be like somebody who just been on the radio or something, or somebody who just out here doing things. You tell somebody, they wouldn't even believe you.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I right? Like they'll like somebody would say, "All right, look, I know such and such." No, you don't. You don't know no damn such and such. Like, man, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
Mark, go ahead. You got it.
I was gonna say, if I ain't had the receipts, people wouldn't believe I got mixed up with Marcus I. Morton.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bruh, and where do I want to go with this? I'm trying to tread lightly because like I don't want to make it seem like I'm just complaining about people. Like there's a real problem here, bro, and I really want y'all to understand. Like it's the reason why I call this podcast the world's realest personal and self development podcast because we put it all out there. We put it out on the line. We not perfect. We don't claim to be perfect. We never claim to know everything. That's not what this is for. This is for us to tell you guys where we came from, what our problems are, and how we are going to succeed in hopes that you can look at it and say, dude, those are average, everyday dudes that I can follow their example.
Yeah.
And it bothered me as I was having this conversation at work. And like I'm just telling my man, like, yo, we are not in a good place right now. We are struggling to make ends meet right now. I was like, yo, you like to race cars. You like to rebuild cars. I was like, yo, I know dudes on the internet right now making thousands of dollars doing that, bro.
Right.
Thousands of dollars a day, a week. Like I know dudes on the internet doing that. I know a dude who literally buys old cars, fixes them up, shows tutorial videos on how to do certain cars, reviews and stuff on YouTube, and this dude just blows the cars up at the end. Like or he sells them. I know there's a channel of a dude who doing that. And like as we're having this conversation about the time aspect of life in general, this man asked me this question. He says, "Well, you know, because I brought up the Nehemiah Davis theory of the side of how much your side hustle should be making." Nehemiah Davis, I don't know, the people may not know who Nehemiah Davis is, but He goes by Neo Deviso on Instagram, and he is a very passionate entrepreneur. I will call him the side hustle king for a few better words. I don't know if he necessarily go by that, but this dude is a master of creating side hustles and making them profitable. This man once said that it's hard to get a side hustle to make $100,000 a month. He said, but what isn't hard is finding one side hustle, making it make up $1,000 a month, and doing that 10 times. This man literally said it's easy to get a side hustle to make $1,000 a month and to do that 10 times, Mark. That's what this man said. But when I brought this up in the conversation to this young man, he asked me, he said, well, if it's so easy, why don't you do it? I was like, bro, I don't think you understand the point of this conversation. This conversation wasn't for me to try to tell you that I'm doing something better than you. What I'm trying to tell you is that you are wasting your time and your skills, and you need to be doing better. I'm working on mine. You don't need to worry about mine. I got mine. I got my own struggles to worry about, but what I ain't about to worry about is mine and yours at the same time. Like that's not how this works, and you can't wait on me to fix mine so you can fix yours.
Yeah. And it'll be simple things like you don't have to do the lavish part. You ain't got to follow the biggest influencer on YouTube right now. You ain't got to be Mr. Beast or Jeff Bezos or nothing like that. Just start out with what you have. Like it's the main point. If y'all don't take anything from this episode, is people don't respect their time. Like we don't respect our time, and it shows. Like we'd rather go to the 9 to 5 and give all our time away until we can retire. But it's that simple. Like we say, you ain't got to be Mr. Beast. You ain't got to be the biggest influencer on YouTube. People like to see real, authentic things. You get in front of a camera and record you just doing what you love each and every day. People will watch. People will follow. People will be like, hey, I like to do the same thing. Let me watch. This guy is authentic. He's showing us his passion, and people like that. Like, you can take your time back, but like people just they ain't on that because it takes a while to get started. And the 9 to 5 is right there. Like, hey, you get paid every week now. You know, you can get a guaranteed paycheck every Friday. You know, that's some jobs' selling point right there. You get paid every Friday. That's a good thing. Every Friday. But
and competitive wages. Forgot
right?
about that. Competitive wages. You forgot about that.
When you can get paid like cash in hand every day, you just
No. Break it down a little bit more. You can get paid as much or as little as you want.
Oh.
And as often as you want.
Oh.
All you had to do is make a decision to do it and go for it. Literally. All you had to do is make a decision and go for it. You ain't got to think, hey, I want to make this much. All right, bet. Go ahead and do it. But for whatever reason, that's what I kept bringing up in this conversation, bro. And I told them the exact same thing. I was like, yo, who told y'all that the only money that we can make is this? Like, I literally went off on them, bro. I wish you had seen it. I went off on them. Literally like 5 people. They just standing around joking about it. I'm like, yo, nah, hold up, bro. Because they started talking about how much money we making and all that. I'm like, yo, bump that. You make $2,000 a month. You can figure this shit out. I promise you, it ain't that hard. Thanks. Like, what are we talking about here? I was like, yo, and the reason why I can't move forward is because I'm around too many people where I got to backtrack and have this conversation. They like, yo, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you so angry? I'm like, yo, what the fuck you mean? Why am I angry? Look around you.
Facts.
I get
Like,
kids all day telling me that they know how to do my job better than I do my job, and I ain't never even did my job all day long, and they get paid twice the amount of money I get paid. What do you mean? Why am I upset?
facts. Facts.
When are you gonna be upset? This your life. You wasting it. You sitting still. What are you gonna do? When are you gonna stop complaining about it and do something about it? Why are we having this conversation? When your balls gonna drop?
Hey. Ooh, that's good.
When are
Like,
you gonna stop complaining about your life and make something happen? Go ahead,
with,
Maya.
conver-
My bad.
with,
My
with,
bad.
with, with conversations like that, right? You know, they don't, and I don't understand. Like, so maybe this is just, maybe our brains work a little differently. I don't know. Like, everybody's got their own thing going on inside their head, whatever. But, like, if I have a problem and I'm like constantly going through that same problem over and over again, I talk to somebody and they give me the secrets, the deets, the whatever to have a breakthrough through that problem. I'm gonna be the happiest mother in the world. I done got through the problem. I got it now. I got the keys to the car that's been sitting outside. I finally found the keys. Now I can start my journey. People don't be having that moments. Like, y'all don't want that for yourselves. You don't want that breakthrough. You've been going through the same thing since however many years you've been working at a job, but basically since you didn't started working.
Since you
Because
started, yep.
every job is the same. Like, it every job leads to the same. No matter which one you get, if you're not working for yourself, you gonna end up in the same position. Like,
You gonna take whatever they give you.
facts. And I'm just like, y'all like literally giving the keys to your success. You was already born. You was born with the keys to get in your fancy smancy, whatever vehicle you want. You was given the keys for it to get in it, start your journey. But yet you go to a 9 to 5, and you give them the keys and was like, hey, I will work for you for the basically rest of my life.
I give you the rights to my time.
I give you the rights to my time for the rest of my life. And I'ma just I just want to get paid every Friday. I just want to settle and be secure in my job and struggle all my life.
And you obviously know it don't lead to nothing.
Not a thing.
Like there's no progress made when you do that. Like you literally sit still for 20, 30 years and you end up having the same conversation that I had with these people 30 years, 40 years from now.
I'm
All right.
like, at this point, are y'all tired of talking about it? If you ain't gonna do nothing about it, don't
No,
talk
they're
about it.
not tired. So they're not tired of talking about it. And I'm gonna tell you why they're not tired of talking about it. Because when they talk about it, it's a joke to them. If they were tired of talking about it, Mark, they would be more upset when they talk about it. Like just being real. Like if they were tired of talking about it, when they talk about it, it would be a huge problem. Like I'm tired of talking about it. You're tired of talking about it. That's why we're talking about it in this frame of mind right now. That's why we're not joking right now. That's why ain't no joke came up. No, well, if you want to make a little bit more money, I know a guy. You just call him up. He come and deliver you a package, and you make a little bit of. Let's go rob a bank or something. Let's go win the lottery. Yeah, yeah. So these people, they not tired of talking about it. because they haven't thought it through.
Mm.
And if they thought it through and they knew what they were, and they were actually processing what they were thinking on a regular basis, then they would get to a point where they're tired of it. But most people, when they have these intrusive thoughts, and they are very intrusive. I don't know how anybody don't get bombarded by the fact that my life is on standby right now until I shake the mouse of the computer. Like, I don't understand why anybody would just ignore that fact. But when they actually think about it, they find ways to cope with it, and it ain't really healthy.
That's the fuck. Say that. Ooh. Yep. Yep. All right, man. What we got coming up for the people? What we got?
What up, man? We ain't finished with the closing
We ain't
remark. No, I gotta. If we gonna close it out, I want to close it out on a strong note, like a sound bite that people can take back and chew on for a second.
All
So
right.
what you got for
Thinking.
'em?
Ooh, like I don't know what y'all need. I don't know exactly what y'all need because it's gonna differ from person to person. But whatever y'all need, find it. Like, you're not gonna get this time back, and if you're constantly giving your time to other people, when are you gonna have time for yourself? Once you get to the end of your lifespan, there is an end. To have a beginning, you have to have an end. We ain't just immortals out here living forever. So if you don't take your time back or don't have time for yourself, figure out a way to get that time back. Because once you get to the finish line, once you get close to that finish line, you're gonna have so much regrets. You're gonna look back on your life and you're just like, oh, what have I been doing? Nothing. Literally nothing. You've been standing still while the race has been going on, and now that you can't even finish, you're done for. You got nothing to show, nothing to pass down to your kids, nothing to say that you made an impact in this world, and you died lonely. You die. You might have a small little funeral, people that loved you, people you joked with, people that had some type of respect for you, but like, what they gonna say at your funeral? Because you didn't have respect for yourself, you get a generic, oh well, he was a good man. He had plenty of friends, as you can see here today. He was a shining light to people. That's it. Like, you ain't
No
really
impact.
no impact. You ain't changed nobody's life. You ain't try to you ain't got nobody boo-hooing, crying because you left. People just sitting there, just listening to the preacher, fanning themselves. You might have close family, like
Oh
a
man.
mom, dad, or something that tear up or whatever. 'Cause that you they baby, or you was someone brother or sister or something. So maybe they'll tear up, but like everybody else, they came to show they little bit of respect, and they just waiting for it to end. This was a reason to get out of work for them. They just came for the
Wow.
food, for real, for real.
And that's not a joke, folks. I see it happen all the time in my community. I don't, Mark, it sounds like he got some experience with this. That's not funny. Like, it's a real thing. Like, it's a real thing. I've seen that happen so many times. All right, so check this out, right? Uh, I want y'all to understand something, right? And Mark just pretty much said a mouthful, and honestly, I shouldn't even try to follow up what he just said, but there was something that I thought about that based off of something you just said, Mark. But there's a term that all of us know, and it's in regards to the fruits of our labor.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So when you think about the fruits of your labor, you think about something that you did that you can capitalize on in the future. Think about what about your job you can capitalize on in the future. What does the fruits of the labor that you put in on your job today, what is that able to get you in the future? That's the question I want you to ask yourself. And I don't, and we don't need to talk about the things that come after what happens when you make the decision to stop putting your job first before you. But we need to get you to a point, folks, where you are questioning what you are doing on a consistent basis. Because if you're not, and if you can't manage your own time, then there's really no point of moving forward in the first place. You have to be able to manage what you got going on, your time, your schedule, and every 86,400 seconds of every single day that you have in front of you. So what are the fruits of your labor right now? What are they going to produce in the future for you? And one of the things that brought this episode to life is the fact that the fruits of my labor right now, I can literally see it in front of me. I can literally see it. I have family members that are examples of what I get from the fruits of my labor from my job right now. They are full on examples of what happens when you don't make an impact. They are full on examples of what Marcus just explained. So you guys have to understand, what is it that I'm going to do today? When you say fruits of my labor, what does that mean to you? When I say fruits of my labor, I mean that I'm about to get in and start working on this book so I can release that for my kids' future, not for my future, but for my kids' future. I'm still planning for them, and they're not here yet. They're still not here yet. I got a few months before that happened, but still, like, I'm still planning for their future right now at this moment. I've been planning for their future for the last 5 years of my life. But the fruits of your labor are in reference to the things that you do today that's going to make an impact tomorrow. Who are you impacting? What are you impacting? What are you going to do to make an impact on this world? Is the question that you should be asking yourself. How am I spending my time? And this is all based on time. How am I spending my time? Because you can't spend your time making an impact for your boss and making an impact for yourself at the same time. It just don't work that way.
Man. All right. Y'all don't get anything else. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. But all right. What we got coming up? What we got coming up?
You know what I'm working on, man. I'm still chipping away at book one. It's interesting though, because like I was at Shut Up and Write last night, and I'm currently working on I think I'm like about 6 chapters in already, and like it's just literally me just going in and adding more detail to what was already there. But like I'm kind of doing that and rewriting it at the same time. But like now that I know where I'm going, like I kind of see the destination a little bit clearer because we done walked halfway there. So by the destination, I mean the end of the end of the series that I'm working on, bruh. Everything started to grow legs and walk in different directions. I'm like, yo, what in the hell is happening here? Like, you get to a point as an author where you writing and it's like your characters just start. They almost seem sentient in a way. They almost seem like they are dictating the story. Like their different personalities and their different traits and whatnot, like they are taking the story into a different direction. So I got to a point where I was in, and it's almost like ketosis when when you go keto and your body just started to change on you. Like it almost felt like that.
Yeah.
Like my brain turned off and I went on autopilot for a second, bro. And I was like, yo, what just happened? So yeah, that's where we at right now. So book one is being hammered down and nailed up, and it's going. I can't wait to re-release that thing, man. I cannot wait. it's such a beautiful thing right now what I'm able to do with that story.
Awesome. Awesome. It's nothing but awesomeness. Uh over here, you know, same old a little bit. But I'm like I said at the beginning, you know, a whole bunch of wins. We finally got this time thing down. We getting a a schedule. We got a schedule. Like I get off work, Jace comes home, Court comes home with Jace. We on homework. As soon as he come in, you know, uh, make sure he got the bathroom board down. We doing homework. Like he getting it. He excelling. Whatever he needs help in, that's the main focus. And then we knock it out the park. Job wise, it's funny you said too, because I was talking with my friend and they was like, oh yeah, you know, big money, you got 2 jobs. And I'm like, nah, I'm working on 3. Like, you know, once we get all that situated and we start getting stuff back from those 3 jobs, you know, I'm doing it to get my time back.
Yeah,
I'm sacrificing now to get my time
yeah,
back so I can at least automate one of those jobs, and then
amen.
we keep moving on to the next one. As soon as we get like 3 or 4 of them automated, boom, we in there like swimwear. But yeah, that's the plans. Just setting plans and actually accomplishing them, seeing them being accomplished, and like the repercussions, not repercussions, but the aftermath of getting them accomplished is just like I said, it's empowering. Like I'm trying to figure out what more I could do. Like
Right. Yeah. And they said that's a common trait of people like us. We I think it said people who are bound for success always question whether or not they have done enough. And it said oftentimes they don't believe that they have done enough and feel like they could have given more. And I feel like that explains us a whole lot.
and that's crazy. We're gonna end the podcast, but if you made it this far, just a small little tidbit, small little nugget to take. Like you heard this from us, right? Like we're excited when we accomplish things, but the people out there that's stagnant, y'all don't feel miserable. Because when I'm stagnant, I feel miserable. I feel like the worst person on earth. Like I'm
Bruh,
damn near depressed and shit. Like
when other people accomplish something, I feel miserable that I haven't accomplished nothing recently. I'm like, yo, when somebody else accomplished something, I'm like, yo, what are you gonna do next, Mac? Why you ain't do that yet, Mac?
come
Bro, I'm telling you, like, yo, the dude, his name is AP Beswick, bro, and he's an author out of the UK. And this man just released another book. But did I just tell you he released a book like 3 weeks ago, bro? He released another one, and I'm like, yo, Mac, what are you doing? This man just started, bro. He flexing on you right now.
Come
What
on.
are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it, bro? Come on, man. And then Alyssa was like, and I'm just sitting up here beating myself upside the head. I'm like, yo, you got to do more. You got to write more. Hey, grind hard, bro. Grind hard. And Alyssa like, did he just quit his job? And I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. I'm back.
But all right, ladies and
Man.
gentlemen. This has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. And before we go, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all. And we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. And always remember, those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. We love y'all.
Oh, peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.